Welcome, and thank you for taking the time to watch this short video on curriculum changes for the 2020-2021 school year. This presentation was also given on priority scheduling night, December 4th, and highlights the big changes in our curriculum for next year. Want to share with you our guidance staff. Our guidance department is made up of 4 guidance counselors who work with students on a daily basis. To help them with their course selections as well as navigating being a teenager in high school. We have 3 additional staff members, our college and career advisor, our mental wellness counselor, and our guidance secretary and registrar, again, who are every day working with students to help them be best prepared for life after high school. So the Pathfinder is our collection of all of our courses as well as our policies and procedures here at Plainfield High School from an academic perspective. You can find it on the guidance website along with other information about scheduling. It's from our main school website and then the Explore tab. We're offering some new courses in 2020, 2021. These courses continue to add to our rich curriculum and give students opportunities with classes to help them best prepare for life after high school. Many of these courses are specifically designed for upperclassmen, but it's good for all students to know the classes that are awaiting them. The first program would be Computer Science 3, Special Topics. This follows both Computer Science 1 and 2, obviously. It is a background in a multitude of computer science topics. Led by Mr. April, this class will help students to continue to dive deeper into the work they've already been doing with computer science. Administrative and Office Management is a course we already offer for the school store, but we're expanding that program to now offer a print shop. These students will be creating and producing print materials for our staff as well as the staff across the district. And we'll be making posters, banners, all of these things here at the high school, but we'll be filling orders, taking inventory, creating from a digital perspective. It'll be a very hands-on class and a good opportunity for students to work in kind of a business setting. Our Project Lead the Way engineering program now adds an aerospace component. This is a third-year program that follows principles of engineering and allows students opportunity to get into the topics of flight. Drawing 3, just a new fine arts class that will give students to continue to work with drawing, 2D art. We're offering an AP capstone program now, AP seminar and AP research. We already have a robust AP program with over 15 AP classes. AP seminar and research gives students an opportunity to earn an AP diploma, but also to approach and to learn some of the processes that go with presentation and research that will be helpful for them as they move on into higher ed, and well as to be able to apply outside in the workforce. AP seminar and research do count as English credits for juniors and seniors, and additionally, they will be could be taken in conjunction with another English class. So a student could be taking AP language as well as AP seminar if they're looking to add to the depth of their schedule, or could take it independently as their junior elective. AP Research is the second year of that program. We'll begin offering that in 2021-22. We're offering now 2 levels of orchestra, both beginning orchestra and intermediate orchestra, so we'll divide students by skill level a little bit there. And then strategic marketing is more of a capstone marketing program that allows students to build on what they've already learned in their introductory marketing class. It is a college credit course and a great opportunity for students to dive deeper in business. Talk briefly about AP Capstone, but this is the program that we'll be offering as AP Seminar and AP Research. Those are 2-year programs that do involve both a project as well as a test, like many AP programs. But students are able to earn an AP Seminar and Research certificate or the AP Capstone diploma. That's in addition to the high school diploma that they'll earn here in high school from the state of Indiana. I do want to talk briefly about graduation pathways. Graduation pathways are the way that all members of the class of 2023 and 2024 will graduate, but could be the way that any student here at Plainfield High School um, can join. So we use graduation pathways in conjunction with the traditional way, which is the passing the ISTEP test for student to graduate. There are three components to grad pathways: the diploma requirements, which are unchanged, employability skills, as well as post-secondary readiness competencies. We offer 4 high school diplomas here at Plainfield High School, an Indiana high school diploma with honors distinction, technical honors, Core 40, and a general diploma. We'll talk about these more in our individual meetings with students, as well as our breakout sessions as part of priority scheduling night. The employability skills, students are able to demonstrate those through 3 ways: project-based experiences, service-based experiences, and work-based experiences. Um, Students only have to do one of those. There's a form that we complete through the guidance office. But basically, there are a multitude of classes here at Plainfield that have a project-based component. It's hard to imagine a student going through Plainfield High School and not partaking in one of these areas, whether it's a club, community service, sport, performing art, having a job while they're in high school. It's been hard pressed to find a student who can't meet one of these. The guidance counselor can be a great asset for students when they're working on this part. The third component is the graduation pathway is post-secondary ready competencies. This is where a student shows they're ready for life after high school. There are several ways that students can do this. One of them is by earning an honors diploma, meeting a minimum score on the SAT or ACT, meeting a minimum score on the ASVAB test, which is the Armed Service Vocational Aptitude Battery. That is a test that the military uses when students enlist, but it's in this case not doing that. This is not students joining the military per se, but it's a way to kind of see where students have strength with different areas. By taking this test, they're not signing up for the military, but they're showing that they're ready if that's a field they want to, field they could go in, and showing they're ready for life after high school. CTE concentrator, apprenticeship, credentials, and certifications, pardon me, is a really broad category, but it's really work in a field. We offer several CTE pathways. I'll expand upon that on the next slide. Here at Plainfield High School, a lot of those programs also go through Area 31, our CTE partnership, but also students can earn credentials or certifications. We're building out those programs now. We don't have a ton of credentialing programs here at the high school, but some more of those may be coming in the future. And then dual credit and AP courses. Student needs to have a C average or higher in 3 courses. That shows, obviously, if they're having success in dual credit and AP, that shows that they're ready for post-secondary classes as well. Here are some of those CTE concentrator pathways that I mentioned. These are being a concentrator. So these are 2-step processes for students to meet the graduation requirement. You look in the course A and course B column, multiple ones here that students can meet. If a student is a freshman sitting in computer science 1 and they take computer science 2 next year as a sophomore, they'll have met that requirement. As long as they have a C average, they'll have met that requirement by the end of their sophomore year. Most of the project lead the way classes, either engineering or biomed, look at completing year 2 and year 3 of those programs. And then some of the business programs, Principles of Business Management as a freshman class. Students move on from that to either take advanced accounting as a junior or senior, or maybe that administrative and office management, school store, or the print shop. And again, that meets a graduation requirement. So if a student may not be planning on taking AP classes, or may not be a great test taker and not going to do well on the SAT or ASVAB, these concentrated programs not only help them meet that requirement, but give them really good life skills and good work skills for life after high school. Talking briefly about local graduation requirements, those have been updated for the class of 2023 and 2024. The first one is to complete one kind of a starting point for a CTE program, so either preparing for college and careers or starting a CTE pathway with Intro to Engineering and Design, Principles of Biomedical Science, either Computer Science 1 or Intro to Computer Science, or Principles of Business Management. So those are the first steps in some of those pathways. We want students to start those early. That's why we're making that a graduation requirement. And then personal financial responsibility, adult roles, or consumer economics are all ways that students can, or are all courses that students need to complete one of those during their junior or senior year to make sure that they're ready for managing their finances after high school. Just a quick look at our timeline for pre-enrollment. We began making presentations to students on December 4th. We followed that with priority scheduling night that same evening, December 4th. Students will be able to ask questions during SMART on September 11th and begin filling out their course selection sheet, which they'll turn into their SMART teacher with a parent signature. Students will enter course selections when we return from winter break from January 8th to the 15th. Once those are in, then students will begin meeting with guidance counselors beginning in the middle of January and going through early to mid-March. Once those are entered, those are the students' requests for the 2021 school year. The last day that students will be able to make a want-to change, change one elective for another just because they've changed their mind, is May 1st. Obviously, we have 1,700 plus students to get scheduled, so it's important that we have their course selections in time to build a master schedule and to build a staff. And then the last thing that we do is level changes. If a student opts into an honors level class or a regular level class, they have until September 2nd for first semester and February 1st for the spring semester to level change into the appropriate course and to find, I'm in honors algebra 2, for example, and I spend the first 2 weeks in there and I realize, man, this is over my head. I can opt down into algebra 2, obviously with parent signatures as well as teacher signatures to kind of check and balance that a little bit. But the same is, if I'm in regular world history and I decide that, no, I think AP world history is for me after a week in the class, I can make that change as well. So we do, as long as there's seats available, we will make those level changes. Those aren't want to. Those aren't I want to drop one class for another class just because I don't like it. Those are level changes because within a course. The plan for the evening has students working with their guidance counselors to learn about different requirements. And then we break out into meetings where we'll have presentations to each of the cohorts and go from there. So again, I encourage you to look at the Pathfinder and to go through that and ask questions of your guidance counselor when you meet with them.